Oh, hello, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for clicking on my video. I've been gone for 2 weeks, traveling in Honduras with a random girl from Nicaragua. Did a lot of scuba diving, did a lot of snorkeling. Right before this game starts, I'm going to insert a video of an octopus changing colors. So I'm going to put that in right here. That was sick. Things changing colors in front of my face. Can't believe I saw that. And so we are hopping right back into it. Our opponent is rated 1875 with a question mark, which means we are going to smoke him. And we get e4, e5. We play the bishop's opening every opportunity that we get. Guaranteed I am well better equipped for this position than our opponent. What are we going to see? Ooh, a weak pawn move. I think that calls for breaking in the center, but we're just going to develop a knight and keep things simple. Okay, so we're just going to get a symmetrical position where I have a little step ahead in development. He's going to go ahead and attack my bishop. So yes, he can win my bishop in a number of ways. We're going to scoot back. If he goes here, I will literally scoot into the forward, make him push a pawn. We're going to take away the idea of just winning my bishop, because now that this is not a pin, or would not be attacking anything, we also don't really have to worry about the bishop coming here to g4 and pinning our knight to our queen. Whoop, that was terrible arrows. None of that's going to happen, so we don't actually have to do this pawn push. We are just going to castle. He is going to just castle. We are going to put our bishop, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Don't have to think about it too hard. I'm already down 15 seconds in this game. The one thing that we have got going for us is we have this pawn, or, oh, dang. But I believe that might be a blunder, because we can take this, removing the defender of a pawn in the center, then I can recapture. Does that work? What if he just pushes? I'm pretty sure I just take and then I'm attacking the queen. So he's rated 1 point higher than me, but that's with a question mark. So let's go ahead and look at his profile. Looks like he joined 2 days ago. He's played 100 games. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. But we did just win a pawn in the center of the board. Yes, we gave up our dark square bishop to do that, but I think it's going to be alright. And ultimately, we're going to grab this dark square bishop as well, because he has no good squares to go to that I'm not just going to capture back. Look at my knights. My knights are just dominating this diagonal. Nowhere you can run. Nowhere you can hide. You can take this time to put a knight in the middle of the board, but then I take with check. Okay, so we are just going to take that dark square bishop because we need to do that. Then, this is a semi-open file, so we're going to skadoodle my queen not on that file where the rook is going to go, and then this very stupid not active rook is going to slide on over. And we're going to fight over this semi-open file where I have the pawn break. And pretty sure we're just going to take that. Don't want to think about it for too long. This pawn is a tad bit overextended, and this pawn push really gives me a nice little grip on the center here. Is there anything we need to be spooked about? We do need to be spooked about this, but we're not going to be spooked about it right now, because so he can shut the door on my face, but then I take, and I think we are in good standing in the position. So immediately what this position calls for is a simplification of trading off all of the pieces, because I am up a pawn and I will absolutely outplay our opponent in the endgame up a pawn. So what we want to do first is trade off the bishop or the queen, because if we can get into a rook and pawn endgame where I'm just up a pawn, yes, you can draw those if you're really good at chess, but neither me or my opponent are very good at chess. We're just good at chess. That's why we're 1800. So instead of being afraid of jumping into a drawish endgame, I love the idea of rushing into a drawish endgame, because I'm the one that has the opportunity to win, and our opponent has the opportunity to screw it all up and lose. Do I dare make another pawn advancement into the enemy's position? Do I double the rooks? What does this position call for? Does it call for threatening a queen trade, positioning my queen in a super dominant square in the middle of the board. He can then attack me, but then I'll scoot over. Oof. This could be a little scary if he scoots back. Then I don't have a whole lot of great options. And if my pawn gets traded off somewhere I don't like, let's just push this pawn. Let's just push this pawn. We've got to be a little bit worried about he controls sort of the pawn push on this side of the board. Another Einstein-like idea would be the H-pawn. Oof, you want to just... So I'm going to position my queen directly here on this long diagonal because I don't want his queen being able to control this diagonal. And he doesn't really want to trade the queens. Okay, so now this would be a checkmate. But, buddy, I can go ahead and attack your queen. If you sacrifice the rook to get, like, activity, I just don't think that that's going to make sense. Or I can play this basically wherever, he's not going to go there, but wherever he goes, we'll trade. So this kind of forces the bishop trade, or he can sacrifice the exchange and just be in a losing endgame. So probably the intelligent position here would be to scoot out of the way. I take, and then he takes. Certainly we're going to get rid of this bishop, because this bishop, compared to mine, was a nuisance. And now he's dead, so he's not so much of a nuisance anymore. And we are still up a pawn. What is the correct move to make in this position? What if we push here? I feel like this is a more or less semi-important part of the match. I like the idea of pushing this pawn and then just... What if I just like boom, 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 and stuff happens? And let me locate my extra pawn. This is technically my extra pawn. So... Wait a minute. If he pushes and I take and then he takes, this guy's being attacked. So we are just going to push this pawn. Not sure exactly what to do, but this is my extra pawn. So if we can get a formation over here where the pawns are kind of frozen, like if he pushes here and I push here, beautiful. Because then we can just focus on the king side of the board. Or, yeah, this is the king side of the board. So if we see a move like this, I will be quite happy. If he plays a move like this, okay, so still, he plays this, we play this. But if he plays this, I'm bringing my rook over to this side of the board. This is going to make him not want to play a move like this, because then I get activity on his queen. And I've got some weird copyright-free jazz hip-hop stuff playing. Because you guys got me copyrighted. I'm just kidding. I did it to myself. But I definitely got copyrighted. Now he wants to push forward and attack this guy. He's being resourceful. But he just doesn't have what it takes. He just does not have what it takes. If he pushes here, and I take, okay, here, 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 he wins the pawn. We're scooting over here. Now we need to sort of, this rook is not active. That was probably a terrible move. But now, he damages our pawn structure. That is true. But I feel like we have to take, and I go here, and he just simply attacks that pawn. There is not a whole lot of great ways for me to even defend that. What if we push forward? We push forward. This queen is no longer attacking that pawn. Plain and simple. If he pushes forward, yes, that's pretty good for him. But oh my goodness, bro. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Push here, sacrifice to get this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I go here. If he takes, I get in with check. If I go here, if he pushes here, I go here, and then his rook goes over to defend. Then I have ideas of this. I think we're going for it. If he pushes, I go for this. He goes here. My rook comes up. He can't push this pawn. He can't push this pawn. His queen would have to maybe scoot back. Then we trade the queens. I quite like that. Guaranteed he didn't see this move coming. Neither did I. I just came up with it on the fly. But I am up a pawn, and this is not really a pawn sacrifice. What's a little bit unfortunate about this, if everything doesn't work out, this pawn all of a sudden kind of becomes kind of weak. And he can just scoot in here and attack this pawn. Okay. Check. Only move here. Am I crazy, or is this going to be really, really difficult to stop? Let's be precise. Let's be precise. He can also attack my queen here. So here, attack my queen. Over here. He can then attack my queen again, but then I can throw in a check. I think... Wait a minute, even if you attack my queen, that's just checkmate. So we just go in here. If he comes in to attack our queen, like, yes, our queen is hanging, but your king is hanging, bro. And so I think being up a pawn, you can just kind of, you know, I think that I'm the one calling the shots in this game. And there wasn't really any moments where I was uncomfortable. He had ideas. I mean, he still has ideas, but is this a position that you can even save? Because this threat is impossible to defend. Is there even a good way? If you do anything with the queen, I just come over, then you block and I take. I'm fairly certain that he's just cooked. He might even resign. And like he was just one step behind. I believe early on he played a6, and it was just a slow move where I got a lead in development. I went ahead and I traded off over here. Okay, so yes, that threatens a queen trade. Ooh, it saves it. It does save it. Now we're going to just... I mean... Check. We get rid of his queen. Now I've got a queen versus these two rooks, and he's just cooked, because believe it or not, this rook is literally just going to do the same thing, and it's unstoppable. And then not only that, his rooks have to stay together because they're fighting a queen. But yeah, let's check that with the computer. I'm quite proud of the way that went. I feel like it was a smooth, seamless victory. I don't think I made really any blunders. Maybe in the opening there were some inaccuracies, but anyway, let's go over there and check it out. First game back from my trip, 2 weeks without playing a rapid game, that's for sure. And we're out here. So let's check it out with the engine. And all right, here we are in the analysis. But first, I wanted to show you guys some money from Honduras. Check this one out. 200 pesos. This is worth $8. And then it's got some parrots. Here's the 10. Looks pretty cool. Look at this like Mayan face in the middle. I liked collecting foreign money. I gotta go do something with all of this, even though it's not worth anything. I gotta go exchange it for my $20. And then check this out. I have a literal money tree of all the countries that I visit. And when I come back, I stick them on this tree. Here's an overview of that thing. There goes the hacky sack. And let's hop right into the analysis real quick. I hope I didn't take too much of your time. We're going to try to do this in like under 5 minutes, real quick. There was really one thing that I missed. If we check this out, 2 inaccuracies, 2 mistakes, 2 blunders. And so my inaccuracies and my mistakes were basically I'm winning, I'm still winning, and I'm not winning more. So they're not really mistakes or inaccuracies. If you're winning and you continue to maintain your advantage, you're good to go. The blunder was also an equal position where I could have done much better. So 2 inaccuracies, 2 mistakes, 2 blunders, 87% accurate. Our opponent 81% accurate. 2 mistakes, 2 blunders, 4 inaccuracies, and he got cooked. And so here in the beginning, I definitely missed a fried liver type idea. And so we're scooting around, and right here, we got the fried liver idea where it's just difficult for him to defend this. And so say I am to jump in, he pretty much has to block, but then I'm just getting a free pawn. And he's got to do something about defending this. I can take and ruin his pawn structure. My knight gets in, and it's just bad. It's just bad for him. And I completely missed that. I kind of like, I don't think chess is so simple. I'm like, once you learn the fried liver and you learn how to defend it, you just think that it's bad. But this can still be dangerous in other positions. So it's something that I feel like lower level people play, and I've kind of discredited it. And this is an example of like, what am I doing? Just because it's like a simple thing doesn't mean it doesn't work. I completely ignore it and play a weak move. And now we have an equal position. Now, this is a blunder because he's losing a pawn. I remove the defender of that pawn. Whatever he recaptures with, I recapture. And then for bonus points, like I explained in the video, I'm grabbing this bishop. No matter where he goes, I'm grabbing that bishop. So we grab it, and now we have light square bishop, a knight, and the heavy pieces, but I'm up a pawn, baby. And so he goes in. We're going to of course, we just trade that off. We throw a pawn forward. Best move. He plays the best move. Now my bishop is potentially going to get stuck. And so it's even saying that this is one of the best moves, but it's a blunder because I could have done other stuff. I could have pushed my pawns. I think doubling this and just pushing my pawns. I could have even maybe pushed this pawn, and it would have made a lot of sense. But everything is winning. I'm up a pawn. So as long as I don't blunder a pawn or just like a crazy attack, we're good to go. So I push this pawn. Now this pawn sacrifice was something that I should have noticed earlier. Definitely would still work right here. Best move. I don't see it. I threaten to trade the queens. He goes here, but this is even worse for him because now we're trading off my bishop was close to getting trapped. His bishop was close to being able to checkmate me with his queen. And so when I got the opportunity to trade that off, oh, he's cooked. He's cooked. That bishop and queen battery was kind of his last hope. And then I'm worried. I was trying to freeze this side of the board. I don't need to freeze that side of the board. I can literally just start attacking on this side of the board is what I needed to do. So I'm making a bunch of weak moves over here. It doesn't throw away my advantage, but this literally made no sense. This made no sense. Even scooting the other way would have made more sense. But I was just worried about like these pawn pushes, and now if he pushes this pawn, it's attacking these pawns, he's attacking this pawn. So I play some weak rook moves that really solve no problems. And so computer is even saying, forget about it, bro. Just play this. Push, push. I got 2 pawns about to knock on your door. So we take, and I scoot up. Then, finally, a miracle. I find the best move. And so I could have played it way earlier, but now I find it. And he's pretty much cooked no matter what it does. He can give up a pawn. He doesn't want to do that. He's already down a pawn. Or he can just take, and it's completely over. So this would have been his best thing. But then it's going to be rough, because then this rook is stuck trying to defend. What happened here? I clicked on that thing. Okay. Unfortunately, he didn't find the most resourceful defense. And then this is my second blunder. I play here. This would have potentially been unstoppable. Now, this is definitely stoppable because the queen could get there. And so I play here. He plays the best move, but it's not really a blunder. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still going to win this endgame easily. And so instead of playing a move that he couldn't defend, he could trade his queen for 1 rook. So if you want to call that a blunder, it's a blunder. But if you're still gonna win, you're still gonna win. So don't worry about those types of blunders. Just worry about the types of blunders where you like lose your queen for nothing. And so thank you so much for watching the video. And if you don't believe me, this position, he is cooked. All he's got going for him is this. But I'm gonna put my rook on this open file, and his king is potentially stuck. This rook kind of has to stay defending this pawn, so I can just boom, 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 and it's over. It's over. My extra rook is just going to prove way too powerful in this position. So if this was your first time watching one of my videos, thank you. Nice to meet you. And then if you come back, thank you for the loyalty. I am going to continue to try to do videos. I was gone for 2 weeks, so some of the videos that I posted were like pre-recorded. But hey, we're out here just getting better at videos, better at chess, better at editing. I'm trying to figure out how to get this set up a little bit better. But thank you so much. And if you want to see a bunch of cool scuba diving videos, right here, my Instagram, I posted a bunch of them. There was an octopus changing colors. I already posted that. Either way, get out of here. Thank you so much for watching.